Hi, this is Maggie Holly from JumpStartMatrix.com, and with me today is Mr. Jeff Bullas, jeffbullas.com, and heading up marketing and sales at Infinity Technologies. Thanks for spending some time with us,
You're welcome.
One of your areas of expertise is social media, as relates to business developing a more solid online presence. How do you see this, building more as we move forward into this new decade? I've been reading some of your blog spots, and you have mentioned that business to business are early adopters of social media,
Right.
but business to consumer businesses seem to be lagging behind.
Yeah, I wouldn't say any lagging. B2C or B2B, social media is being used by different companies. B2C is very strong on Facebook. Blogging's stronger in a B2B space. Twitter cuts across both, so it's depending on what platform you want to use is how you apply it. Right. So, but social media, I suppose, is the democratisation of what we'd say is media. So you don't have to spend big bucks on getting a TV advert, you can do your own YouTube video. So it really starts with what I call content creation, and then actually promoting that content. So you can position yourself as an expert and get known globally. There's two sort of phrases I find that are useful, and one is sort of go digital and go global. Because a lot of people still think very much just in their city or just in their town.
Yes.
So, in fact, even with online stores, they're competing not just with a store around the corner, but with someone on the other side of the world now. So, social media is the democratisation of media. So, everyone else can have their own platform or channel and have multiple channels, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or a blog, and all those hundreds of other different social media sites out there.
This is true. Do you see any one platform in that social media spectrum that's more applicable to particular businesses than the other, or they all have their functionality as part of a campaign, if you like?
Facebook is much stronger for B2C, business to consumer. So blogging is more important for B2B. So where you develop really great content that solves people's problems and provides solutions, and also positions you as a thought leader. So blogging is very much in the B2B space, but it is also used in B2C, whether you go and have a look at Zappos, which has 13 different blogs, which are all written for different target audiences they actually are writing for.
Right. Okay, and so how did you get started? I know that you've got a Bachelor of Commerce and Education?
Yes, in the commerce field, yeah,
Right.
and also I've been a teacher in the past, yes.
Right, and so that's kind of a bit of a leap, I guess, the commerce thing. But how did you get drawn into this world? What were your initial steps?
The first step was Facebook, actually.
Right.
And I was invited by a lady I was going with out at the time, and she said, well, connect with me on Facebook, so I did, and so I got on Facebook initially, and I was just blown away by the ability to, in pressing one button, discover 50 to 100 ex-college colleagues that I could connect with in a matter of minutes. So that was my sort of first aha moment. So that was number one. Number two, I did a lot of research on blogging, and I was fascinated by that and what I call inbound marketing, and that was inspired by David Meerman Scott and HubSpot. Great resources, both of them. So, but the other thing that I found too is I got on Twitter in late 2009. So inbound marketing was the next inspiration, but then I went on and started playing with Twitter a bit, and I didn't do much with it for a few months, but then I actually did start a blog, and I started the blog with my own name, jeffbullas.com. I did that for a reason, which is like what I call personal branding, and the democratisation of social media or media is actually enabling people to publish themselves, and this is continuing to evolve at an incredible pace. So whether you want to sell an ebook on iTunes, or you want to just do free ebooks to generate subscribers. But going back to Twitter, I then discovered the power of Twitter to actually promote my blog posts. So I very avidly started generating followers on Twitter, and one of Twitter's etiquettes is you actually, if you follow someone, they follow you back. Not all the time, but it's very much the etiquette of Twitter. So if you can follow someone in your niche that's interested in what you're talking about, if it's social media, it might be knitting, it might be how to cook. So if you develop a community or follow communities on Twitter with those in a niche that you're passionate about, and passion is also very important, then what you'll find is that you've got a platform to actually tell people about what you're writing. Because you can be writing the best articles in the world, but if no one knows they're there, then what's the point? So
that's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. And your blog posts are always amazing. I know I've seen that you've got several videos up on YouTube around social media.
Yeah.
And one of the things that you make a comment is that, strangely, I guess some people might not see this, but people seem to be very intrigued around the facts and figures and the stats around social media.
Yes.
For example, if Facebook was a country, it would be the third largest country in the world. There's now 500 million users. That's an enormous amount of power and connectability.
Yeah.
How long, on average, does it take you to actually prepare a blog? I mean, are you one of those people who can retain all these things and just pull them together? I know you've got hyperlinks to a lot of other sites where you reference things, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love reading your blog post. Do you have an average? Do you think, okay, I'm devoting an hour today to do the initial research? Do you have a formula for blogging? Because a lot of people, they see blogging as something like, oh my God, I've got to research, I've got to write, I'll never be able to do it.
What inspires me to blog is I write about what I'm passionate about, so that's your foundation. So if you're not passionate about it, you might as well, pack up and go home. So be passionate about your topic. So if you're passionate about your topic, one thing that I find inspires me is reading. So, and Peter Fitzsimons mentioned in the Sydney Morning Herald a couple of weekends ago that great writers, I'm not saying I'm a great writer, but writers are inspired and need to be reading from other writers. So I get a lot of ideas that way. And how much time do I devote? I get up at 4:30 every morning, 5 days a week, and I actually have a lot of ideas that I quite often think of during the day or inspired by when I meet with a customer or something that I've read. And I sometimes even just get out the iPhone, use my notes and just quickly write the headline as a post idea or put it in my notebook. So I've also worked very hard on writing headlines. So writing a good headline is it's easy to get people to read the rest of the article. So how much time do I spend? So starting 4:30, I would devote maybe 3 to 4 hours a day before I do my day job in sales and marketing in the digital world. So that's what I do, and I wouldn't have the energy to do it unless I was passionate about it.
Yeah, and that certainly is the key to success, because if it's passion that you have, it's no longer work. If the hours fly by, you get into what they call the flow, the zone.
Yeah.
And so we'll be back for another interview in just a moment with Jeff Bullas.